Hi guys, Rosie here, and welcome to Kitchen Table Repair Doctor. It's been a while since we've had a fresh one, and we're not repairing so much tonight as we're upgrading. If you look over here, you can see to my right, I have, and I talked about this about 6 weeks ago. For a song, I picked up an Optiplex, a Dell Optiplex GX620. And you know, I think the Optiplexes, as far as desktop computing goes, are the bomb. Now, I have an Optiplex 720 inside and I love it. Maybe it's a 760, I'm not sure. I love it. It crunches. It's the fastest computer on the property. It's got a lot of RAM in it, which allows calculations and video crunching and processing to occur much faster than it would with a small amount of random access, what they call RAM. So give you a closer look here at this unit, and you can see it's partially disassembled because when I got the unit, and it really had a peewee sort of drive on it, and this drive is still good, but it's 160 gigabits, and it's been tested as good, but I had a 720 gigabit hard drive laying around. You can see that right under there. How many gigs? Yeah, 750 gigabit hard drive that I wanted to put in, and Dell makes it so easy. You just push the clips in the side here and the hard drive comes right out. All I have to do is change out the bracket that holds it in and put it down there. But I knew I was going to be doing some other things to the computer, and you can see it's up right now. I've put Windows 8 on it. But one of the big issues, and one of the things you really have to know how to do when you have a computer, you got to be able to see what is going on, or what constitutes the guts of the computer. And one of the ways you can do that on Windows 8 is you come down here to your taskbar once you get on, and you can right click on that. Actually, you can just open that up. You right click on that to open it, and that'll take a second to open up here. A little slow tonight. There we go. Did it multiple times here. Alright, so it opened up the window called this PC, and I apologize for how slow we are. And that's one of the main things I'm going to talk about tonight, is this unit being real slow. So I have some ghosting because I have too many of these open right now, so I'm going to try to close some of these. Let's close that one. And let's close, yeah, we're just kind of on a freeze up mode right now because I don't have enough random access memory on here. So we're going to cut this thing off for a minute and get this thing re-chooching and re-fire her up. This is one of the problems that we're having. It's not responding because the RAM is just being overwhelmed here. So I'm going to close this one too. Yeah, I can't even get a cursor on that. So yeah, that's one of the problems that's driving me crazy here. So yeah, I'm going to close this one down, and hopefully that leaves one left. Okay, so I don't have to chooch it down. But if you go on here, this PC, once you've opened up your File Explorer down here, that little one on Windows 8, if you open up your right click on this PC, what you'll get is something down at the bottom that you want to click on called Properties. And that's going to tell you, when that opens, it's going to tell you all about your computer. You can see right now it's running Windows 8.1 2013 edition. It has a Pentium R, a 3 gigahertz processor, which is really good, the Pentium 4. But the problem is it only has 1 gigabit of installed memory. It's a 32-bit operating system. So one of the things I don't like, this is one of the weaknesses. Okay, now on the computer inside, I have like 4 gigabits of RAM, and it's wonderful. But I want a dedicated computer to be out here in the Shine Shack too, so I can work out here. You know, if Jen's sleeping or something, I don't have to bother her with interrupting her. So what I need to do is try to upgrade the RAM in here, or the random access memory. Now, what is RAM? If you think of a prison, okay, like guys in a prison exercise yard, you can only accommodate so many at a time, right? And then if you have too many prisoners in the exercise yard, somebody's going to piss somebody off, and pretty soon you're going to have a fist fight break out in the exercise yard. So what you want to do is have a big as exercise yard as possible. Well, a computer is the same way. When you're running video, you're trying to watch video on YouTube, it's consuming a tremendous amount of what they call the random access memory on here. And in this case, in this computer, it only has 1 gigabit of that RAM. Well, it has a hell of a time struggling to try to manipulate. If I'm processing video and stuff, it doesn't have enough elbow room to really do that quickly. So it slows down the whole process. And you know what? The computer RAM little ghosts in there start to fighting, and before you know it, you crash. So one of the solutions to that, since we've got a great 3 gigahertz processor here, one of the solutions here is we want to upgrade the RAM. Now, how do you do that? You can see now we have a 1 gigabit RAM. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the computer and we're going to shut her down, because you don't want to be putting components in and out of a computer when you know, when it's when there's power going through it. You want to be able to close that down before you do any changes inside the computer itself. You want to close that down and make sure that it shuts down, or else you're going to have some issues with shorting something out. So it's going to take a second, and that's closed down now. So now, where's the RAM inside? You guys know we got the power supply down in this area down here. It's got the big fan. This is the chip down here, the main processor, the Pentium 4 processor. It has a huge fan and cooling area over it. Over here is where the hard drive goes in the lower bay. And then you have the DVD to CD drive goes in here, and this is actually a little chooch here for reading the old memory cards and stuff like that. I mean, this thing's got some age to it, okay? And over here you've got this is one of the old, I guess one of the old floppy readers or something like that. But over here you have the DVD. I think this one might be a burner too. I'm not sure, but they nest on top of each other. But if you remove them to give yourself a little bit of room, you can see that you have a bay with 4 cards in it, and each one of these represents 250 megabytes of RAM, and altogether that equals the 1 gigabit that you see when you check the system out inside. So what we want to do is remove these. And I've just got some more. I've got 4 of these that I got. These are RAM upgrades, and I got these from Hong Kong, and they're really like cheap. You can get them for like $6-7 a pop. So effectively, when I put these 4 in, and you can see the other 3 that I have there, I should effectively be able to quadruple the RAM, or the exercise yard, the playpen area for this computer, and have it speed up a lot faster and be a lot less prone to crashing. So I'm going to sit the Sony camera on the stand here, the tripod, and we're going to go in here and I'm going to show you how to change out the RAM on here, okay? Okay, you can see the RAM bay I have here. And one of the nice things about the Dell is they make it so it's easy to do stuff. Each of these cards, these RAM cards, is held in by little tabs, and I don't know how well you can see that on there, but all you have to do is just take the tabs, remember your power's off, and pull back on those tabs, and the same thing for the other end too. They're kind of under the wires over here, but you push back the tabs there so that you can effectively free the cards. Now you know that they're free when they just lift right up and come out like that. Okay, so I'm going to take all 4 of these cards, and then we'll tell you how to go ahead and install them. These are still good, but there's not a lot of RAM on these. These are 1/4 of the power of what's going to go in. So I'm going to remove all 4 of them, and then I'm going to go ahead and open the package of these little RAMs here. These might be a little tough to open. You want to be careful handling them. You want to handle them as little as possible here. I'm taking that out of the container now. And these things are actually slotted. If you look at it here, you can see a keyed area right here. Okay, and what that actually does, it corresponds with the slot down there. And I'll try to take that in a little bit to show you here. You can see sort of the humps in here. Well, that's the break points like in the middle here. Okay, so what you want to do, you make sure your tabs are pushed all the way back on either end. Okay, and you want to go ahead and just slide that right down, right into the slot. Okay, just like so. Take your time and push it down real good, and one at a time. You're just going to push it down so you hear a click. So there's the first RAM in, and here goes the second RAM now. And remember, they're all keyed in to go in there. I'm going to slide that one down in the slot, and they fit in just so perfectly. It's almost impossible to put them in backwards, and you want to make sure that those tabs are all the way back when you push it down, and then you want to push the tabs forward again. I'll show you in a minute. There's 2 down there, and here comes number 3. We're going to put that down in the slot. Push that down, take your fingers at each end, push that down, you should hear a click. And then at both ends, I'll show you in a minute. As you push it down, it should want to draw those tabs in. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the 4th RAM card here. And each one of these is 1 gigabit. Each one of these is 4 times larger than the cards that came out. That's how much RAM is improved over the years since this thing came out in about 2008. I'm going to go ahead and stick the last one in now. This one you have to be a little careful because there's some wires in the way sort of blocking the view, and you want to push that down. Now, how do we push that down? It's pretty easy. Okay, what you want to do is you want to get your fingers at both ends of the card. Let me back that out a little bit for you. You want to push down the cards, and you can see these tabs over here are still in the back position there. If you push down this card, you will see those want to move forward, and they make a clicking sound as they're locked into position. Now I'll go ahead on this end over here, and I'll make sure that they're pushed down, and you can see them actually snap to. Okay, and I want to make sure all of them are seated really well and they're all locked into position. All those tabs on there, I want to let me see where they are. Yeah, I want to make sure they're all fully locked in here, okay, in the upright position. So it looks good from each side over here. And I'm going to go ahead now. It's going to take a minute to boot up, and we'll see if the RAM upgrade took. And we should have a heck of a nice computer here with that upgraded RAM. All right. Don't go anywhere, guys. The best Once I booted it up, you could see what came up on this screen. And it said the amount of system memory has changed. Strike the F1 key to continue, or F2 to run the setup utility. We'll go ahead and push F1 here. And that should just go off choo-choo there, okay? And that'll start up, and we'll test it in a second to see if the RAM upgrade took. Okay, you can see we're back on our startup page. It recognized that something changed with the memory. So we'll go down here and hit our File Explorer, and that'll open up everything up there. And then we'll go up to this thing that says this PC. We'll right-click on that, and now we'll check properties to see what's changed. And lo and behold, if you look there, you see that the still has the 3 gigahertz processor, but now it's looking at the installed memory and it's saying instead of 1 gigabit, We're now up to 4 gigabits with 3.49 gigabits of usable RAM. That's going to make all the difference in the world when it comes to using this computer for video processing, which, you know, on a rancho we do a ton of. I mean, between Jen and I, we always got video going up on all the channels that we run on all the different platforms. So having that expanded RAM is going to be great. Okay, so we got a great computer out in the Shine Shack. We got 100 computers inside. But I do love desktops when it comes to crunching video and just the pure raw power of being able to do things with expanded RAM bays and all that. So it's really good. So that was a really easy way to upgrade your RAM, but it was done in real time just to show you guys how easy it is. So I'm going to go ahead probably on Wednesday and get this all closed in, get this drive bay changed out to get the big 750 gigabit one in, and we'll just be able to close this up and we will have one choochin' great operating system. All right, thanks for watching tonight, everybody. Kitchen Table Doctor, the Optiplex GX620 upgrade. Comments and thumbs up are always welcome. Thanks, guys.